Um, man, I'm on here doing a quick news brief. Uh, what is going on with this oil? I'm trying to one of my let me see if I'm even up here in live. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yep, I'm up and going. We good. Man, what's going on with this oil? Have y'all seen this oil thing? Me and Koya Israel, we were out in the back working, putting the finishing touches on this garden, and I came in and started seeing headlines that like at 3 o'clock or something, oil hit negative. Hold on one sec. There we go. Yeah, they said it hit. They said the oil went into negative. So I'm I'm doing some reconnaissance work because me personally, I'm of the Warren Buffett investment uh, investment style. Let me see where we at. Where is the? I'm pulling the news up, but they say be bold when everybody's scared, and be scared when everybody's bold. And that is the Warren Buffett investment style. But yeah, I don't know if y'all seen, man, but yeah, the oil went negative. I mean, I've never heard of that before. So I'm just seeing anybody knows anything, what your insight is. All right, there we go. I'm gonna pull it up here. Governor, he hopes. And they chomping to open these businesses back up. Who knows how that's gonna go? But my big thing though, the reason why I went live with about this oil thing is because um, let me pull it up for y'all. See, dang, because the dollar's tied to the oil. It's the petrodollar, so it's like shoot. Man, if it go negative, what is that? That's like a national security thing. Everybody start dumping dollars. You know, China they I think they dollars backed by the gold standard, the yuan or whatever it is backed by the gold standard. So it says oil prices go negative, and I don't even know how that's even like. Is that even how does that work? Because I got some people researching how I could invest in some oil temporarily. You know, if it's negative, that means they're gonna pay me to get it. You know, but that what they do when what I've watched when stuff drops that quick, they don't let you buy it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, stuff like that's rigged against you. But it says oil prices go negative and Washington is paralyzed over what to do. Reports that the Trump administration was considering paying oil companies not to pump oil have not comforted oil executives. Okay, so that's how you see it's stacked. You know, they got to be making money off you. They're giving barrels away, paying investors to take off their hands, storage places too full. Okay. Shoot. Like I said, I got one of the brothers here that I know. He knows some people in the market, and he gonna get back to me on how to really capitalize on this, because this is the time. Like 10 years ago or more, when that last stock market crash happened, that's when I bought all my real estate. Now it was hard to buy it because they when everything's dirt cheap like this, they don't want the regular Joe Blow getting in on it, you know. But I got in on it. I found some banks to give me the money to get my real estate. So it's the same now. Like there's some way to get in on this. This is like a clearance sale, a once in a lifetime thing. It's gonna come back up temporarily. I don't know if this is the end. My only friend, the end. You know, because the Most High is molly whopping this beast system. I know y'all see it. But yeah, man. So Pastor said they giving barrels away. Well, I want to go get me a barrel. Shoot. I'll go drive somewhere and get that thing. I work in the oil industry and we are still working. Well, hey, let me do this. I'm going to put this. If you want to call in, you can call into the show on Zoom. All you got to do is just hit that number and you will be on the show. But I'm seeking some, I got my headphones in so I can hear you if you call in. But call in, man, and let's talk about this. That's the number right there. But I'm trying to figure out, because especially you said you work in the oil industry, man. Get on Zoom, get the Zoom app on whatever device you're using, and just put that number in and you'll be on here. But I'm trying to figure out how it goes negative. You know what I'm saying? How does it go negative? And then because what I did, I went and looked at Exxon stock, and it was at $40 a share. And what they'll do like a freeze on a stock price or something, so you can't get none of it, And then the other big thing is, again, the dollar is backed by the petrodollar, So, is somebody artificially manipulating the market to destabilize things? What's going on? So let me check that out real quick. I'm going to look at that. All right, let's see. And let's see what it's saying about that. The petrodollar is any U.S. dollar paid to oil exporting. Yeah, man. That thing ain't worth nothing right now. But like I said, I'm trying to buying stocks in the oil companies. Okay. So you said if you want to capitalize on it, buy stocks in the oil companies. But let me show you, Brother Willie, what I'm seeing here. Let's see. Exxon stock. So this is what I seen earlier. When the market closed, here, let me show you what I'm seeing here. I'll put it over here on the screen. See, that's what I'm seeing with it. Shoot, if they're when you say giving barrels away, well, hey, I want to get in line. Give me a barrel. It's gonna come back a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't no rush. You let it bounce a little at the bottom, get you some. Let's see. So let me see. It says Exxon Corporation. So look at this. If you go to the 6 month, it was at 70. It was all the way down to 30, but today it's up at 40. So that always look at the 52. All right. Yeah. So yeah, still it's down to 70. We go to the 5 year, it's still trading at 40. On the average on it. Okay, let me get my big head. Here, I'll show y'all on here. Look. See? So Exxon ain't reflecting that price. You see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, it dropped, but it's at 40. But they talking about it's at 0, Let me check. Oil price. Let's see what we got. Dang. Brent crude, natural gas. Yeah, man. Who would have known? Why today's 300% oil price crash isn't as bad as it seems. Oh, they always going to tell you that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to buy this stuff cheap or take advantage of it, Because, this, I for years I invested in the stock market, stuff like that. I did real good because I only buy when it during crashes, and I just hold it till the market's smoking hot and sell it, like the Warren Buffett method. And this is the time to be bold, even if you throw a little bit in. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yup. Hey, wasn't I just doing that lesson going through? It's like all these years I've invested in the stock market and all this stuff like that, and that really puts it into perspective. I'm glad you threw that in there. Let me see something you just wrote in there though. I'm gonna check something which you just food provisions, provide with food in store. So victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth. Yeah, man, that's big old facts on that second Ezra 16:21, man. And I'm telling you, man, I'm seeing stuff. Like I said, for years, I invested in real estate, the stock market, all this stuff like that. And nobody can make heads or tails of what the heck's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I see them artificially manipulating stuff, and that it says great confusion. Let's put that second Ezra's, man. That's that heat on that thing. And check this out, man. I was reading Baruch. They got, Baruch 1 is in the Apocrypha, right? Y'all know about that. Well, they got Baruch 2. They got Baruch 3. They got Baruch 4. And when you read, it's funny when you read, you read these books with a Hebraic understanding. You read these books with a flat earth understanding, and you quickly see why it was left out. It's amazing. But anyway, let's check this out. Let's check this out, y'all. It's always a good time to get into Ezra's. These books that they don't like you to see. So it says that sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Let me put it in the New English, not the Old English. Okay. All right. Let's see. So somebody saw a mainstream news article before this current situation began, disseminating the U.S. with business shutdowns, etc. It was basically stating that a oil war between Saudi and Russia was, I was watching that, the oil war, with Saudi and Russia, but they had agreed on something terribly slanted, as if the U.S. oil companies weren't an enemy of the people themselves. Oh yeah, yeah, and like that. Hey, look, let me tell you this. I'm glad you put that there, Jason. Hey, look, you can see what they doing because I'm reading the news articles. They to the point, man. If this thing start hitting their paper, especially these CEOs who's somewhere in a bunker, or a lot of these CEOs, or and like these TD Jakes and Oprah, all these billionaires, man, they off on their islands somewhere. Like, hey, Y'all better get this. Y'all better get this economy started back up. I don't care if folks get sick. They're like, man, you better get this economy back up and going. That's what they're about, man. They could care less. All right, let's see. He said an oil war between Saudi and Russia was endangering U.S. oil companies. Terribly slanted at, yep. So that's facts, man. So let's see. Let's check out this second ads real quick. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Okay, but he hit, where would you at, brother? 21. Let's hit that second edge. 21 is the bow is fired. So this is what he, brother, posted in there, over there on Facebook. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth. That's like food and stuff, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger. The others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Oh yeah, I remember this. Check this one out. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. And check this out. Check out what it says about the people who make out. Better it is for the people who prepared. Watch this. The city shall. Where is that at? Even of those days there shall be the Lord left them that search. So look at this. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Look. Hold on. In the wars here. Behold the word of God. Behold the plagues. Behold the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. And when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass. Let's see. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Woo, 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 woo. You see what it said here? He's talking to us. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle." You see that? Make thy ready for thy battle. Look. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that flee away, and he that buyeth as one that lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. I'm going to study this thing all the way out. He that soweth as if he that should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, so it's talking to, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. Like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her. So we need to, and therefore be ye not let thereof, nor the works thereof. Hold on. And therefore be ye not thereunto, nor to the works thereof. For yet a little, and iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteous shall reign among you. Let not the sinner say that he have not sinned, for God shall burn coals of fire upon his head. Okay, behold the Lord. So I'm gonna study all through that. I'm not gonna bring all this out yet. Search this. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good stuff in there. That's that. Let me go up to the top so y'all can study for yourself. That's 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Okay? A lot of info in there. And man, some of the stuff I'm beginning to come across. Yeah, there's prophecy. Somebody saying that's prophecy. Yep. But yeah, man, a lot of the, the Most High ain't going to have his people running around unprepared. You know what I'm saying? So it's, but this oil thing is, like it said, man, like the brother posting there, a lot of confusion. But I can tell you what I'm doing, staying prepared. It's what I've been noticing in the news around here is just a lot of shootings. Kind of in a bad part of town, maybe, down here in Florida. This came in today. It's green. That's why it looks invisible. Essential Guide to Herbs. And what it is, actually, this wasn't the one. We actually got another book in the mail similar to this, but it's Wild Foraging. Okay? And it's a book about for my children and me too and the wife, but particularly for the children to be able to look at the plants and know whether they're edible or not and what they are, be able to identify these plants. Because I'm telling you, man, it's that time, man, where, you need to be able to go in a forest and see what you could eat, So, yeah, man, it's a lot. So let me see. Yeah, Pastor Dow said this crap is coming down. Hey, Pastor Dow, if you still listen, call into the show real quick. Just call me on my phone here, and I'm gonna bring you on because I got some questions. But yeah, we got a book. It has high definition pictures for food or for edible plants in this area. And it actually has an area in the map where they grow. And just for the children, because we got a big forest behind us. So, we walk in there, and to me, everything looked like poison ivy. And I'm like, man, I got to get this thing figured out. You know what I'm saying? I got to get this figured out. So, but yeah, man, where can I get one? Oh, you talking about one of these books? This isn't the book. This is just some herb book. But the book, I thought that was it that I grabbed. I put it up here because it's awesome. I looked through it and it has an icon of whether you could eat it or whether it's medicinal or whether you got to boil it, then eat it, And, we need to know this stuff, It's like I'm investing my money in a lot of stuff like that, survival stuff, tents. Brother Gideon put me up on this stuff because Brother Gideon stressed being able to light a fire when it's cold and raining out. So he was big on that. Getting ready to order a bunch of these. This material reflects heat. So this thing is it's like a plastic bag. It's real thin, but you can put it over you and it keep you cool. It'll keep you warm, and keep you dry. And they also have ponchos. They have. All right, there he is. There go Pastor. Hey, shalom, Pastor.
Shalom. How can I help you, my brother?
Hey, what do you think of this oil thing, man?
Well, there's a couple of things that I think about. I put out a video earlier today speaking about, the reason why. And the reason why is because of the storage. We right now, everybody, or let's say the majority of the populations in all of the countries of the world, which is amazing, is pretty much at home. There's not too many travels going around. And so the reserves of the storages, as far as, where they store crude oil, is at its peak, at its top. And they're still pumping oil out of this earth because of the greed that they have in them. And they simply don't have any place to put it. So now that when the ships come in and the oil is available stuff, now they have to actually, believe it or not, when they bring it in, they have to pay the suppliers in order to take the oil.
Wow.
It's the same thing in stock markets. It's the same thing that goes on in cryptocurrency or precious metals. The supply and demand, when the supply outweighs the demand, then you have to make some adjustments. And that's what's going on here with this oil right now.
Oh, okay. Now, is there a way we could capitalize on it?
Well, the only way we can capitalize on it, because we've all solved, or we have all seen, the prices of gas drop astronomically. And of course, we're wondering why, because anybody that knows, if you've got, the whole world on lockdown, and literally nobody is out there really driving around much at all. I mean, there's still a few people that they call quote-unquote essentials that are driving around. But for the most part of it, they've literally locked down and shut down this world. And of course, when they've done this, they didn't think about everything that could possibly happen, because nobody can literally dot all the I's and T's and cross every T. So the only thing we can do is just sit back and still wait for the prices to continue to drop. And like I spoke about earlier on a video, is Brother Gideon sent me some fuel preserver. If you live on a homestead, and if you are out in the country and you do have some storage facilities where you can store 500, 1,000 gallons of gas, 1,000 gallons of kerosene, or farm diesel, which is number 2 diesel. If you can do that, now is the time to actually buy and be able to put some preservatives in, because when this thing goes back again, it's still going to take a while for the oil to get back to the prices where they inflated again, because the supply again and the demand of the people there is just simply not there. So if you've got storage facilities and stuff, and you know how to be able to preserve the fuel, and you have fuel additives, that's the route you need to go.
Yeah, somebody just sent me, it says something about something called Pri-G or something like that. Pri-G. I don't know what that is, but okay, so shoot, I'm gonna look into that. So, and you propane also?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a natural gas, so it's a little bit different than crude. But I did put out a video earlier on my Patreon channel.
Okay.
Where I'd actually talked to people about Yahoo News that reported that there's getting ready to be a shortage of beef. And I'm doing my damnedest to keep people informed. But like I said, I don't put out everything on YouTube, because that audience over there is just simply not deserving of it.
Right.
Because it's a bunch of complacent people.
Right.
That's why I spend more time over on Patreon putting out the real true nuggets and stuff. And I told the people today, and I gave them the instruction, is if you live out in the country, or if you can get to the country, you can find a farmer that actually sells organic beef, or the beef that he actually raised himself without all the pesticides, herbals, and the chemicals and stuff, then go do that. Because if you go and try to buy poultry, or you try to buy dairy, eggs, milk, or whatever you want to call it, milk, they are going to. They already got FDA and everything else coming down on the farmers out here by telling you, and this is a psychological warfare, by telling the people that, this is not for human consumption. And of course, when people read that, if they are not informed like you and I, then they're automatically going to think that, this is just something else for the animals, or some low-grade stuff, when it really is stuff that our parents and our forefathers grew up on, but it's just that they have put so much bureaucratic regulation on all this stuff that people are becoming fearful, because they simply don't understand the game that's going on today. So, but we out here Straitway, we're fine. I can just walk about 15, 20 steps, pull out my rifle and shoot a beef, and we got beef for the next 6 months. You know what I mean? So, but that's the try. When you think about this, Brother Israel, this is the type of stuff that I've been preaching about and been harping about and talking about for over 20 years. That if people would have listened to me instead of battle doctrine and all this other stuff, and start getting about living and doing what the book says, then our people wouldn't be in the condition that they're in today.
And like you've been saying, man, I done noticed a strange silence in a lot of the Hebrew community.
Yeah, as we often say in the ministry here, the silence is so loud that it's deafening. It's literally deafening now. Because, I get phone calls here, and I got to do a Facebook in the morning. You got to hear this latest phone call that came in from some Hebrew Israelites. And they're talking about calling the FBI on me because I'm a false leader teaching false doctrines, and yet still there people are standing in food lines and waiting at food banks, because they have been thumping their Bibles on the street corners and hollering and screaming at people, but they have no food stores, and these are they prepared for what's coming. It's just sickening.
Telling you, man, you can't make this stuff up. What was I gonna add? And I was watching. I caught one of your videos earlier where you were talking about, because that was the other thing these people were saying. Oh, you can't live by the sword, but you see all these break-ins happening now. You see the police force is compromised.
Well, the issue here, again, is understanding. People, they make statements and they say cliches. They say and they repeat and they regurgitate what they hear other people saying without any comprehension or understanding whatsoever at all. The people who live by the sword is, number one, the military. Number two, law enforcement officers. They live by the sword because they have to use that sword every single day that they go out. The people, such as you and I, for instance, veterans, people out here that's mind our own business, done left the secular world out here to come and live a life, a quiet and peaceful life, to mind our own business. We don't live by the sword. And so people just automatically assume that just because you have firearms, you have weapons, that you're making a living by the sword. I don't get a paycheck. I do not receive a paycheck for having guns. I have guns for the sole purpose of being able to hunt, for the sole purpose of being able to have, defend myself and the people that I love more than anything. So we don't live by the sword because we're not receiving any wages by the sword. So next time they say that, you got the answer.
Right. Yeah. I think.
And let me say this. You remember when the temple was being raided and everything, when Israel was going back to actually rebuild the temple in Nehemiah days? And you can read about it in Nehemiah, the 4th chapter. They had a weapon in one hand and a hammer in the other. So were they living by the sword, or were they trying to accomplish the mission because there were people troubling Israel trying to hinder the work?
Well, according to the Catholic Hebrews, they were living by the sword. According to these lessons I see them teaching, they were clearly living by the sword.
And guess what? They lived by the sword and they survived by the sword then.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, man, you can't make this stuff up, man. Some of this silliness you see out here.
Well, I said it said it 1,000 times. We are clearly in the time now where the people who are false, they're actually making themselves known, and the people themselves are being able to discern who's sin of Yah and who's not. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Because anytime you have plague pandemics or whatever you want to call whatever's going on with this coronavirus alleged thing, and you've heard my sentiments on that, and you've got this whole world, I didn't say just a country, I said the whole world literally on pause and turned upside down, then we done found out just by this test alone who's true and who's false. We found out where's Richardson Kelly? Where are all these people that got all these revelations and stuff, and what can they do with all their visions and all their dreams and everything else when they're simply not prepared, like I've been trying to tell them? So we're seeing the same thing take place as it took place in Yeshayahu Day, Yezekiel Day, and Jeremiah Day, and Nehemiah Day. We are watching the same things today take place, but just on a more modern scale. And I'm wondering if the people are going to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear and the heart to discern who's true and who's false.
Right. Yeah. And you see I've seen a lot of people waking up, but on the same note, I think some of these people, they just got spells cast on them or something, man. I'm serious.
Hey, I can tell you what I've been doing every single day. Every single day. Hey, Summer, come here, love. I can tell you exactly what I've been doing every single day. You want to know what that is?
What's that?
I've taken my primary weapon and my secondary weapon, and I've got a couple of secondaries. I got 3 or 4 secondaries that I actually use, and I got 2 or 3 primaries I use, and I have literally been honing in my skills at 10 yards, 100 yards, 250 yards, and beyond. There's not a day that has gone by, with exception of the Sabbath and the high Sabbath, that I have not been out here practicing and shooting. Is that true, love?
Yes, sir. That's facts.
That's good, man.
You hear that?
Yeah, prepare.
And people, I'm trying my best to teach the people and show by example the things that you should be doing whenever you have situations like this, because you just talked about it earlier tonight. You got all these thefts, you got all these robberies, you got murders, you got carjackings, you got killings, and the police is simply not there. And I've told the people in years past, the police is not there, and nor are they there, or nor are they designed to protect you.
They're not there for your protection. They're there to protect companies, right?
There you go. That's what they're there for. It used to be in the old days, the police force was we ourselves, what we made as the force.
Yep. Yeah, they I did a lesson earlier today. Well, no, I just went live on Facebook or something earlier today, and I was just, sometimes it just shocks me how perfectly opposite a lot of what's being taught out there is, even not just to the word, but even it's just totally opposite to common sense.
Well, I really truly don't know how to, comment behind that, because, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, if Yah has opened your understanding, that you understand the scripture, then it's crystal clear. I mean, you and Qualia, y'all got it. It's crystal clear. Y'all see it. Yeah, I mean, there's no distortion. The lines are not blurred. Nobody's hiding in the shadows. We can clearly make out who's who, what's what, and what's happening. But these other people out here, if they're, I think the people, like the prophets have already said of old, you got people out here prophesying, making people to trust in a false vision and in a false dream. They're misleading them and letting them to believe in a false hope and a false reality that would never happen.
Yep. That is, man, that's 100 right there, boy. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, man, I mean, this thing that lit a fire under us, and we shaking heavy, moving hard, making aggressive moves to get away from these population centers. And I mean, because you seen with New York City, man, they had to try to keep them people in there like it was a cage or something when this thing was popping off.
My brother, as I often say, I wouldn't want to be caught dead in one of them damn cities. And I've said that once, I said it 1,000 times. And over the years, I will echo what I've always said. Get out of debt. Get out of the city. Go out and find some land. Get you a homestead. Learn how to live simple so that you will learn how to live and you'll have a hell of a lot more time for the Most High without a hell of a lot of distractions.
That's right.
And where do I get that from? I get it from, what did Jeremiah say? He says, seek for the old paths.
Yep.
And search for them. And when you seek for them, you search for them, you'll find rest, and you will find rest for your soul. We here Straitway, you wouldn't believe it, brother, the contentment and the peace we have.
Oh, I got a taste of it when I came out there. I felt it didn't hit me till I got to the airport, and then all that noise or whatever that was, the noise of society or whatever it was, hit me back, and it was like, whoa. Yeah.
Brother, we're out here planting gardens. Our greenhouse is already full. We got 2 greenhouses. We got one greenhouse full. The other one's half full. Our gardens is about a quarter planted. We're getting ready to put more raised beds into the other garden. We've expanded to another garden at the top of the hill. Man, we are still doing business as usual here at Straitway. The only thing that we haven't done is because, the Bible teaches us that the children of the world are wiser than the children of light. And we have to be very wise in what we're doing today. You know just as well as I do.
Right.
That the Gestapo and the government and everybody else out there, they're just waiting to come down on us. So if they see our live stream and they see 150 people assembling here at Straitway, they want to bring down every damn thing they can. But see, we've been keeping them at bay because we know exactly what we're doing and they ain't as smart as they think they are.
Yep. I'm telling you. Yep. We got to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves.
My brother, I'm telling you, I have been spending time with my sires. I've been out here and the brethren as well. Not only just me, but the brethren, I'm telling you, and I want everybody to listen to me real close. We don't know if this thing is going to stretch out to 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. But I do know this about human nature. And I want everybody to hear me and hear me good. You cannot trust, nor can you depend on your neighbor that don't have a ruach. And even at that, it's a slim chance you can even trust them then when they haven't been tested, proven, and tried. Brother and sister out there, if this thing go 3 months, 6 months like this, civil unrest is the least of your worries. You got to worry about your neighbor coming and want to take what you got, or a roving mob want to take what you got. And guess where they would actually start at first? In those population centers. Right there where it's easy pickings. I was just watching videos on YouTube today where people are going into affluent neighborhoods, knocking on the door with these so-called masks on that they're using to mask themselves with, because of the coronavirus, and then walk straight into the house and just try to take it over, literally. The only thing about it is the guy was a gun on. He knew what he was doing. He actually shot the guy, killed him in his house, and went out and beat the other one. And the other one ran away, but he didn't get away, but he ran away. But this guy was ready. You know just as well as I do. And I'm going to say something. I'm not racially profiling. I'm not being a racist here. I'm going to say something profound here. You ready for this, brother?
Go ahead, bring it.
When I get on YouTube, and I talk about this with the elders again and again, I see maybe 1% of melanated folks out there that are doing videos in reference to guns education, gun knowledge, gun safety. But man, when I turn around and I look at the other nations out there, brother, 98%, 99%, man, you see them out there training. You see them out there practicing. Everybody says, well, you ain't supposed to use guns for your salvation. No, hell no. We do know who our salvation is. I promise you that. It's the Most High Yah.
Man,
but
that
he
was...
never did disarm Peter. And he didn't tell us to go around here like a bunch of mindless minions and let the nations abuse us People need to read the history of our people and get a good understanding besides being mesmerized by this Christian conscientious objector mindset.
And it people don't understand the uh, how acidic just the whole, like, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but the Democrats are clearly worse. And I mean, because they disarm you, they got the women killing their children, they turn you into a gayfer. I mean, they just make you a soft target.
You know, I've often talked about this, and I've said it before in times past, and I'll say it again. A melanated person or a black person has got to be the dumbest person on the face of damn planet Earth to sit up there and try to saddle up with the Democratic Party when the Ku Klux Klan is that party of the Democratic Party, and they've done nothing but practice systemic racism, and they've done nothing but oppress the people and made them entitled and wait for damn handouts. And rather than pulling yourself up by your own damn bootstraps and then learning from your mistakes of the past and then moving forward, you got to be stupid as hell to be a black person in America, and I'm going to use that just for terminology so
Yes,
people
sir.
understand, and call your ass a damn Democrat. I mean, you've got to be the dumbest thing that's ever been created, and you should be eliminated.
And Busted, now I haven't checked up on the news, but I saw the other day, I came across this thing where Biden's running mate might be a black woman. If that happens, he is president, hands down.
Well, he may be president hands down. We got, and I agree with you. I agree with you. But if Trump is able to handle this particular pandemic up until, let's say, July, August, and everything runs the way that they thinking that it's going to run, you can shoe him in and write him in for the next 4 years. I mean, and people got to understand, this is all about economics. And remember, do not ever forget the scripture. And he calls us all, both great and small, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead. You know just as well as I do that right now they're definitely trying to capitalize on this with the push and the agenda to vaccinate the whole damn world.
Oh, yeah.
We know that that's what it is. We already know. We ain't in the matrix to where we can't tell who's red pill and blue pill. We know what's going on.
Right.
That's what this agenda is pushing right now. And what's inside that damn thing that they call vaccinations and stuff. You see what I mean?
Right.
So we're going to have to make some tough choices and decisions coming up here. And looks like Texas already done made it. Texas already got people out there with banners and said, we will not receive the mark of the beast.
Wow. This is just Texas Christian people?
Yes, it is. And it's sad because, you know, my shies, they sit and watch me. And they'll sit and watch me on a daily that after I get finished doing the stuff that I need to do concerning the ministry and here on the land and doing the errands and runs, I would sit down and comb through news sources, alternative news sources, mainstream news sources, 3, 4, 5 hours just to be able to stay up abreast and keep informed just so I can report the truth to our people who don't have time to go through, to go through all that. I literally don't have time. So I'm actually losing sleep to go through all this just so I can keep my people informed so I can stay one step ahead of the enemy.
Right. Man. I'm telling you, me particularly, like, I can only take max maybe 20 minutes of the news because the brain, like you can feel the witchcraft coming off that thing, because it's like 1% opinion news, and then the rest of it is their opinion that they trying to inject in there.
Well, if the news media is reporting anyone, so I've had experience in the past with the news media,
right?
And they're professionals at twisting your words. So I don't do no interviews with them unless it's live. There will be no recordings. There will be none of this, so you can twist my words and warp them and then say them the way you want to. It's going to be wrong. It's going to be live. Other than that, you will never get an interview with me. And that's the reason why you don't see Pastor Dow on live TV. Now, if I would capitulate, if I would acquiesce, and if I would condone the way that they do things, right now, come on, I'm already a figure that's known. People would have been done had me on a news source, but just for the simple fact of controversy. You know, they love controversy.
Right. Yep. They love some type of drama.
They do.
So out there in Tennessee, I know here in Florida, they kind of this week they let people start going to the beach, albeit at not prime time hours, and you're not allowed to sit on the beach. You got to stay moving and all this stuff, and can't be in a group. But these people, what I've been the feeling I've been getting is like they're in a rush to open this economy up, even no matter what happens. So it's looking like I think they said they're gonna start letting businesses open towards the end of this week or something like that. Are y'all seeing that up there in Tennessee?
Well, we got two things going to take place. We're going to see if they jump the gun all because of the almighty dollar. Because, think about this, man. Man, I can't even keep up with the debt clock now. I think we had $28 trillion right now. We made such a leap that we printed so much money in the last, at least we printed so much money in the last, at least month and a half that's been in the whole entire, a presidency of Barack Hussein Obama. I mean, man, this is off the chain what's really, truly happening. And that's what they're reporting. That's not to include the stuff that they're not reporting and stuff. So, I tell people, that's the reason why, and I go back again. I remember years ago telling our people, it's time for us to do our own businesses. It's time for us to, for instance, Elder mentioned them own trucking company. Elder Rufus and them got their own deck building company and framing company. I can go on and on and on in the ministry about us having our own businesses, own company, where we set our own hours, that if we need to sit down and we need to hunker in and stay at home, we can do that. But when you have to go out here and be a W-2 wage earner, and that's what you continue to keep working towards, to be a servant to them all day, all night, and everything you do, you're at their mercy. You're literally at their mercy. But what we've been doing up here is we've been keeping our ear glued to the internet, and I'm watching what the Gentiles are doing, but I'm not going to make the same moves because the direction that I need to give to our people, it needs to be to our people in order to survive this thing, be it true or false. Because I'm going to let them people go out there and make all the mistakes and do what they need to do and let them receive the brunt of it while we survive.
Yep.
Remember, wise as serpents, harmless as doves.
Harmless as doves.
And remember what Yeshua said, the children of the world are wiser than the children of light. So there's some things we need to actually pay attention to what the hell they're doing and what they're talking about. And then we need to assimilate that information and disseminate that information out to the people to where it's going to benefit us. Remember, there's a us and then there's a them. There's a us and then there's a them. It's all about us because I don't care about them.
Right. Yep. And they don't care about us.
There we go. And so the feel is mutual. So we couldn't go then.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. I know me and Coy, between they're shutting down some of these they're shutting down some of the what do you call it? The meat places, but they also do you think that with the farming, I know the farmers are having to throw their crops away and all this stuff like that. Is that gonna affect? How's that gonna affect that industry long term?
Well, I've been out here in the country long enough to know, and I saw farming decline because all the farmers here, rather than growing stuff and paying the Mexicans to get out in the field and the harvest, they get kickbacks from the government. The government actually pays the farmers to not be able to grow crops. And as crazy as it sounds, that's what it is. And that's why I keep talking about individual, community, homestead, self-preservation. Not worrying about what they're doing because what they're doing is off. Because the whole entire system is designed for you to be dependent upon it. They want you all to have a welfare mentality. Remember, I often pose two questions. Well, I'm going to give you one question I often pose to the people up here and the people in the ministry. If you were Satan, what would you do? What would you do if you were Satan in order to control this world? While you would control the food. Because the first sin came in the world by food. You will control the food. And if you control the food, because food is essential to our survival. And so until the people get the mentality where they need to go back, and I'll echo the sentiments of the prophets again. The old paths, the old landmarks, seek for them, search for them. You find them, you find rest for your soul. You can't improve on the blueprint. The blueprint is already laid. You just have to go back again and repeat the first words over again and again and again. I'm going to keep on it. I'm a one-string banjo.
Yep. Hey, it ain't that complicated, man. It's like it's like I go back here and I look at what everybody, all these other folks out here is getting from the book, and it's like they're getting inactivity out of the scriptures. You know, they're not getting any action. It's just, hey, look what I know. You know.
Well, I would tell you this, and my footprint is actually showing it. I found out the more obedient and the more sensitive that I am to the Spirit in being obedient is always bode well and fared well for not only me, but for every single one that has heard me. And that's the end game right there. I'm just happy because I'm the least of all the people. I consider myself the least, not the greatest by any shape, fashion, form. I just don't. I'm the least. And I'm just so happy that there are a few people, a remnant, that's able to hear and be able to do this and preserve in every geographical location of themselves and the people that hear them. I'm just so blessed by that because I'm not looking to say it's not going to be hundreds of thousands, just going to be a few. And that's why I stick with the book. Are there few that be saved? Yes, it is. So you strive to enter in at the straight gate, for there's many going to seek to enter and shall not be able.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Pastor, when could we expect to hear an announcement of whether you're gonna have whether you're gonna meet at the tabernacle or not?
Well, we do it by a week-to-week basis to be determined. Again, we're watching out because remember, we already know that all eyes are on us. As soon as they set up there, and now, first of all, number one, they can't come on this land because it's private property. We're not a church. And I'm going to give you another thing, okay? You want to hear this?
Yeah. If
I'm a so-called 501c3 preacher, then why in the hell I got to pay so many damn taxes every damn year? You follow me? So I ain't that. So I'm a private citizen, if you understand what I mean.
Right.
But even at that, we still try to move and shake, so it's on a weekly basis.
Okay.
And I usually try to get it out, amongst the people. Tomorrow I usually put it out what we're going to end up doing. But believe me, every move, people may not like it, may not comprehend it, may not understand it, but every single move I make, I do it with discernment. I do it with clarity and sincerity. I do. I just don't sit up here and just start speaking out the side of my neck like a lot of people do. Everything I do it with a purpose. So follow me as I follow Christ, and as we continue to keep on going in this route and in this way and stuff, I promise you, he'll keep on honoring us and protecting us. So everybody just be content. And once the tabernacle does open back up, I promise you, you will all get the first-hand know, because first place is going to be posted is on Patreon. Second place probably Facebook. Then I'll hit it on YouTube. But I promise you, everybody will know. Okay.
All right, that sounds good. And yeah, let me know when let Teacher Shane let him know, set aside some time whenever you get a chance, and I'll get with him on that on the streaming stuff.
I'll do that. He's probably listening right now. He's done heard, so we'll get back with you.
Okay, that's awesome.
All right, my brother.
All right, Pastor. Appreciate you calling in.
All right. I hope everybody got their fill here tonight, man. I'm going to go ahead and retire. I know y'all an hour ahead of us, but, man, we are the early to bed, early to rise kind of people.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll see you later. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, y'all. So that was Pastor Dow. Really bringing a lot of clarity to the situation, man, to what's going on. And hey, look, I can't. I haven't really even went out there and seen what some of these other places are out here saying. I've gotten wind. Some people brought me some information about what these other places saying, and it's just kind of, and when I say these other places, some of these other ministries, they, this is a test, or this could very well just be kind of a soft fire drill type situation with what we have going on here, with the government shutdown and the quarantine and all this stuff like that. But like I said, we're watching it closely. I like what Pastor Dow said about the oil makes sense. And my big thing was the reason why I felt it was important to go live and figure out, hey, what's going on with the oil? Is because, like I said, it's the petrodollar. The dollar's tied to that. And but that makes sense. There's such a surplus. He really broke that down. There's such a surplus of the oil that he said it went negative because it's just backing up, and they don't want to cut production. You saw the brother kind of verify what Pastor Al was saying. He chimed in and he said, "Hey, over here we're still working." He worked in Texas at an oil production plant or something like that. So it really makes sense. It's not crashing yet, or whatever's happening is not happening yet. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out and see what some of these other folks are out here saying, because, man, if they're not telling the people to get prepared and they're just telling them, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. He got you. Don't listen to the people. He got you. You doing yourself. You ain't trusting in Yah if you trying to prepare. Like, that's the low-key message that get pushed out there a lot. That's the deception that they're talking about out there. So if that's what's going on out there, man, it's sad, and I imagine that's what's going on. But as for me and my house, you know what I'm saying? We got the sword, we got the knife, modern day and old school. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna this house is gonna be protected spiritually first, and literally a close second. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure we covered up in here, and that's just wisdom and being prudent. Just like it says in Proverbs, a prudent man, foresees what's coming and he prepares. That's what being prudent is. If you read that in Proverbs, it literally says it twice, So a lot of people agree, hey, it's a trial run. What I'm looking at is the desire and the urge and the bottled up people wanting to get out. Like, because what I've been doing is just doing stuff around here, and kind of getting spiritually and literally reloaded as far as a family and everything like that. But when I listen to what society, they just revving to not be home, to get out and to be consumers, to be capitalists, to be out consuming, spending, enjoying Babylon, whatever you want to call it, So what I think might happen is when all this stuff is lifted, there's gonna be a big spike in spending and a big, you know, instead of it picking up where it was at, it's gonna go above and beyond. The economy's gonna get super hot. You understand? And it's gonna disarm people. Well, in the meantime, people like me gonna be going the opposite direction, man. I'm gonna spend even less and be like even. I'm gonna be stockpiling even more ammo and capitalizing on every single ammo sale that's out there and planting more. And you know, when this house sell, I don't care if we move in 80 buckets of like 80 plant pots. We just gonna keep planting. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my mindset, man. I'm not gonna forget. Like if like the brother said, like Brother Tyrone said, if this is a trial run, I'm not gonna forget this trial. You know, I'm be ready. Somebody said to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Big old facts on that. That's facts, y'all. But yeah, man, we're gonna stay prepared. Like I said, even right now, we're gonna a good thing you could take advantage of. You know, if you studied the debt snowball, you can use. You know, if your financial situation requires it, you could use this to your advantage to snowball your debt, and then back pay other stuff. You know, whatever. You know, like you got to use wisdom in this. I know this is me and Koya. I said it earlier in the lesson I did earlier. Me and Koya, we understand that this is a season. It's a season of preparation, whatever you want to call it, man. We taking full advantage of this thing. You know, we got a lot of work done today. You know, got a lot of stuff in the ground and garden. A lot of administrative work we got done today. You know, so that is the name of the plan. I done lost a lot of weight too, man. I got on this fruit diet that Brother Yaki talks about. My breakfast this morning was a small thing of raspberries. My lunch was watermelon. And we doing whatever for dinner. You know, I'm not full fruit, but we feel like the energy is, your energy level is just through the roof when you have the proper fuel in your body. So shout out to Brother Yaki. Debt snowball. Ain't that what it's called? Did I get that right? The debt snowball? They got the debts. They got the debt avalanche, the debt tsunami, and there's another one, the debt avalanche. Is it? So the debt tsunami is where you pick the highest interest debt. They got a debt avalanche or something like that, which is where you pay the bill that psychologically affects you the most. So the bill that bothers you the most, that's the one. So they got all types of different ones, but you know, I'm gonna do kind of, mine's the way I'm doing is a combination of all that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, y'all, man, get prepared. So real fast. So yeah, what we're doing, one of the things we focus on is these. We're gonna be ordering. Let me show you this. Okay, and I forget what this material's called. Durable. Okay, it doesn't say, but see this material on here, and when I say it's very thin, I mean it's thinner than saran wrap. Okay, but this material reflects heat. Okay, I forget the name of the material. Somebody's probably gonna type it in there, and I forget the name of the bag. It's a bivy bag. That's what we're researching, and it reflects heat. And what I'm going to end up getting is a bivy sleeping bag, a bivy tarp type blanket, and a bivy poncho. So you could be on the move and stay warm. And it's very thin, as you could tell. Like, this is a huge one. I realize how big it is. This is 55 inches by 84 inches. So this thing is pretty. You can make a 10 out of this thing. And it got tear-proof ones and all that. So we're going to be doing that. When this thing popped off, when this thing was initially popping off, a lot of people, starting with Course, she was encouraging me to get a Berkey, okay? A Berkey water filter, because Pastor Dow, Straitway, they're adamant that I hadn't gotten a chance to research it. I hadn't got a chance to research a lot of this stuff. When I saw how effective and amazing the Berkey was, the Berkey is a water filter system, a small water filter system, and this thing can filter water for like 6, 7, 8 years of water, you know. So, and you could put pond water, any water in it, and it will filter it as a powerful filter. Well, when I tried to order one, they were all sold out because everybody was freaking out. So what I did, I bought the filters, and I got 2 big stock pots, and I made the Gherky, the ghetto Berkey. So I just drilled holes in it, and that's what we have. And it was of course, it was a lot cheaper. But that's another big thing. You know, you got you got water, something to make fire with, and this, and you could do a lot, you know. And one of these, some of these bivy blankets, you're going to be good in a lot of situations. Then have understanding on what you can eat. Like I said, I as a family, like we really don't watch television anymore. We watch stuff about gardening. And we're beginning to transition into wild foraging, you know, knowing what plants you can eat. That way, no matter where you go, you'll be good. You know, you'll be able to find something. Okay, let's see. Lowe's and Home Depot sell water filters. Yeah, let me show you this, though, brother, real quick. I'm going to show you something. What you need to look up is the Berkey. The Berkey, you're saying, wait. I think I know what you're saying. Lowe's and Home Depot sell. Okay. The Berkey water filter. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. The Berkey water filtration system is basically the best, hands down. There it is. I'm gonna pull it up here for you real quick. Like, there's people, this is it right here. Open image. So this is it right here. There are people who they'll have an RV and they'll just camp near a lake, and they'll use this to get for their water. They just scoop the water out of the lake and filter it through these. And you could do that for years worth of water and do it. Those filters they sell in Home Depot, nah. Shoot, the filter we got on our fridge, we got a brand new water filter on that thing, and the water still tastes like crap. Tastes like daggone pool water. You drinking water out of a daggone swimming pool. That filter's so pathetic. That thing gets me angry. But anyway, I got the Berkey now, so I'm good. All right. Yeah, man. Because see, if you have this, this is the amazing thing about this. If you have this, you ain't got to worry about getting 20,000 bottles of water. Any water source you could find, you could run through that and it'll filter it, and you're going to have drinking water, whether it's rainwater, some water out of a pond, whatever. If you find any type of water, you can pour it through there and it will filter it out and get everything out. So yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna check that out. I appreciate that, Craig. So let me. He said the emergency bivy blanket is cheap as heck on eBay. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit that. Yep. Because I'm gonna get them. You know. Because think about it. Now the bivy blanket is a little more sturdy or whatever. And you do your research, but you put. Cause we're putting our bug out bags together. You put like this and some stuff like this, and then I saw something where you get your cigarette lighter, and I have to talk to some of y'all about this, or watch the video on it. But what he did, every cigarette lighter, he wrapped electrical tape around it, and because he's like the electrical tape is like a kindling, and you just light that. And he was saying that it'll help you light a fire in an emergency. So I haven't heard of that. I just caught the end of it when he was saying. Somebody said, what advice do you have for someone going through this situation who still lives in the city in their parents' home and is currently unemployed? Get a job somewhere else. What I would do if I were you, I would get on the internet, okay? And I would start applying for jobs out in podunk, redneck, where the bumbleclot am I at? You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. You're in a blessed situation. You're in a better situation than most because you can get online and begin applying for jobs out in the middle of nowhere somewhere in a rural area, and when you get the job, move out there. And if your parents don't want to come, pour them. You know what I'm saying? You explain this to them, but yeah. See, you said I'm a reframe what you ask and put it in better terms. Because this is what I heard when I read it. Spiritualcombat, what advice do you have for someone who has plenty of time to pick any city or town or area they choose to work in the U.S.? See, that's what I heard. You see what I'm saying? So that's all you're telling me. If you're unemployed, you got all the time in the world to research the most secluded place you could live with the most bountiful land to plant crops. And you could work any old menial job and get by because the cost of living is going to be so much cheaper, and you're going to get on some land and you're going to be good. But that's what I hear when you write that. So that's cool. All right. Somebody said, all right, pattern that need one. Patent that need 1, 2. Oh, okay. All right. You say you need 1, 2. Yeah. And like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the blanket, but I'm going to definitely get the poncho and the sleeping bag. You see what I'm saying? So that you get in there and, excuse me, they tell you with the sleeping bag, don't close it all the way up because then you're going to suffocate yourself. So we have the bivy cover in my master and I bug out bag. Good stuff. Okay. And I think, Sister Chrissy, you could tell me, I think that bivy blanket is better than this because it's like tear proof. So I think that's what's so awesome about it. You know what I'm saying? But these things, man, I watched the dude, he jumped in he had one of these. And he was up north somewhere. There was snow on the ground. And he jumped in a tub of ice cold water because there was ice on it. He jumped in it, got back out, put this over himself. He put this over himself and warmed up right out there in the cold. So, because this material reflects your body heat back. So yeah. All right, let's see. All right. Any other questions, y'all? Any other questions, comments, concerns? I just wanted to, this is just a show. I just wanted to get some info, get some understanding on this oil situation. Because, like I said, the petrodollar, everything's tied to that. And if it's to the point where... All right, somebody said, I'm working on moving out Ontario. Are you... Shalom, bro, I think. Okay. So, yep. Aggression is a beautiful thing. Like, some things I pursue with aggression. Okay? So, if you're in a city, aggression is a good thing. Aggressively get up out the city. You know? I mean, shoot, you should be firing your resume up ASAP. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of the heat-resistant paper again? It's called the Bivy blanket, but the material, I think, is Mylar. Something. I think it's I forget what the material's actually called. All right, so let's see. So yeah, but oh, there it is. There, thank you. Here, take this one. All right, so this is the book I ordered, and again, the reason why you're seeing through it is because I got a green screen, okay, and there's green on there, so that's why. But it's called Edible Wild Plants, a North American field guide to over 200 natural foods. Okay. And what I'm doing, this is for my wife and my children. Sometimes I take them out there into the forest in the backyard, but I quickly notice I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. And to me, every damn thing looked like poison ivy then. You know what I'm saying? So what this book has, and like I said, it's green, so that's why you're gonna be seeing through. But it has high definition pictures of all the food that's, all the plants, and then right here it has icons on what you need to do. Do you need to? Can you eat it, or is it poisonous? See, it's saying this is poisonous. I think if you eat it raw, all these icons mean something. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something that ain't daggone poison. Some of them is caution. You need to boil it. It's saying like you need to boil it, and you need to put some salt on it or whatever. And it got all type, just very high quality pictures. Like, look at this one. See that? Okay. And it came highly recommended. But we're going to get a bunch of these. We're going to make a library of this because, damn, we went out there in that far. Shoot, down here in Florida, man, you just walk outside your house and something's popping up in your lawn and you don't know. It looked like something that came from an alien planet, and come to find out it's something edible that'll, cure cancer or something, There was some big, weird, intimidating looking plant out there with weird purple shaped pods and stuff on it. And Corey was like, oh, that's so-and-so. The root of that is blah, blah, So, yeah, we got all types of stuff growing down here. And it's good where you could just look at something. Oh, I could eat that, and no. Somebody said, what do you need in your bug out bag? Well, I had the opportunity of having Brother Gideon come down here and show me his bug out bag. And the thing he made sure that I understood is almost every container or bag he had in his bug out bag, it was some way to make fire. He had like 20 different ways to make fire quick and in a hurry. That's why I got these fire sticks. You could start them they work when it's wet, whatever. I got these, a couple bags of these from Academy. I got, like I said, and I was like, Gideon, why are you so obsessed with fire? Like, what, like why are you so adamant about this fire being in here? And he was like, look, you need a fire to stay warm. You need a fire to purify your water. You need a fire to, like this plant book, what you find is majority of these plants, you need to boil them to get, for whatever reason. I forgot the reason they gave. But but fire. Like he broke down all the reasons. So you want lighters. Go. First thing you should do is go on Amazon and buy a 20-pack of lighters. And it'll cost you, it'll be cheap. And get that in there. Think about what you would need if it was raining and freezing cold outside. You'd want some fire, and you want to be able to stay dry. Get you a bivy blanket, get you a bivy sleeping bag, and a bivy poncho or whatever, And if you want, get the bivy blanket. Get the little blanket like this, Get that. Need that sword. Make sure you got that so you can protect yourself. Maybe hunt. You want a knife. Gideon told me this one's garbage because it's so thin, But because with your knife and get you a good one, make sure you get you a nice big thick one like I need to get. Because you can use that knife to chop down trees and to chop wood so that you can start a fire and stuff, and learn how to start a fire. We're getting me and the girls, man. We get out there in the backyard with our little fire pit, and they getting good. They learning how to start fires. That's imperative. That you know how to start that fire, man. People don't understand how important that fire is. Like, say you don't bug out with your Berkey, how you gonna purify your water? We looked at how to purify it chemically, and you gotta mix it up correctly. But the number one way to purify the water is boiling it. Man, that fire is everything. Fire. If you lose your bivy bag or whatever, or a way to stay warm, you gotta know. Do you know how to start a Siberian campfire? That will keep you warm all night. I do. Look up how to make a Siberian campfire, and look up how to make a Swedish torch without any string or anything like that. So you can warm your food up. Yep. So all that. Parachute cord. They call it 550 cord or something like that. Get some of that. You're going to need that. You need a cord, something to tie stuff with, Like I said, man, and like I said, we're educating ourselves on what you can eat. It's crazy. I went down to St. Augustine yesterday with one of the brothers in Straitway, Florida down here, and his wife she's been gardening and growing stuff for years, and he was saying she'll just walk down the street. Oh, that's a so-and-so. Grab it, eat it. Boom. Just knows her plants. If you know what plants you could eat, you ain't going to be at McDonald's when you get hungry. I mean, you're going to be getting some free stuff. And it's like, if you like us, and we got this big forest behind us that goes back probably over a mile or so, just this huge forest. Man, we know there's all types of stuff in there. But we got to go back to the ancient ways. The Most High has provided for us, man. But this beast system got us totally dependent on it. To where if they want to give you a shot that they done put viruses in, metal in, mercury, other people's DNA and crap, they say, look, either take this or starve. Okay. Or you get books like this, start reading, getting educated. You heard all the knowledge Pastor Dow dropped to you tonight. You know, or you go in there with to Cupcake Church and worship Cupcake Jesus and oh praise, oh yeah, oh, and feel good and just be comfortably numb to everything, and it will mollywop you upside your head. She says a backpack, a good bug out bag. I just get a good quality, shop around for a good quality bag. You know what I'm saying? That you can begin to put stuff in. Oh, something else you need to have. Check this out. And I know there's people on here cringing on what I'm saying right now because they're like, no, she needs this, she needs that. Let me show you this. I'm going to show you something very important for a bug out bag. All right? Is this. Very important. And we're about to stock up on these. These right here. Bam. See this? I got one in the garage, but I'm going to get a bunch of them. See this thing? Let me make it big so y'all can see it. Y'all see that? Let me see if y'all can see it. Yep, y'all can see that. Look at this. See this? Y'all need to get one of them right there. See that? Get one of these. 2-cup cook set. It's a little pot. 12 ounce. You want a lot of these and put, like Gideon had stuff like this. He had put a lighter in it. And when you're out there and you come across, there we go. When you're out there and you come across, let me show you this book again. And like I said, man, we got a lot to learn, but this is good stuff. You can survive and thrive. See where it has the thing with the boil it? That's what it's telling you to do there. Let me see if I get this thing to focus. See? It's telling you to boil it. That's the majority of the stuff. You need to boil it. Majority of the plants and stuff you're going to come across, they're going to want you to boil it, especially if it's real bitter. Some of the stuff is toxic until you boil it. Or if you purifying your water, you scoop some water out of the lake, you're going to need to boil it, right? You remember I told y'all all that? So you're going to want one of these. You need one of these. They got other stuff there too that I just saw. Let me go back to it. I just saw that this was nice. See that? That's nice. I might look into that and this. I might have to look into this. But these are $16, man. You can buy that now. Look at that. This is real nice. 6-pack. Man, that's all you need, man. You're going to thrive out there with that. I might order that. I'm going to add that to me. Why y'all got me on here shopping? Answering them questions got me on here shopping. Is that backpack a good bug out bag? Yeah, I've seen people with real small bug out bags, And you want to, especially if you're in the city, man, you can watch Far North Bush Country. This is a guy in Alaska. Man, he'll show you how to light all these fires and what their capability is, especially y'all up north. If you're up north, the first thing you need to know how to do is start a Siberian campfire. And that's taking 3 big old logs or 4 huge logs, long logs, and you put them up on another log. And I know my elbow ashy. I've been elbowing powder bags. No, I'm just kidding. No, look, you take these 3 big old logs like that, and you just light them, and them things will burn all night and keep you warm, and the heat will be projected on you. And it'll keep you. You gotta learn that. That's probably the first thing you're gonna have to do, even if it's raining, before you put your bivy blanket on, and you can survive, man. That's the basics. It's making me want to shop. Y'all shopping with old Mikey. So yeah, let me show you this real quick. Let me see. Maybe. So here it is right here. They got tents, but there it is. So this is it right here, and they got videos on it that you could check out. So, and I'm telling you, if I was one of y'all, I was in the city, and you had to run up out that city real fast. See, this is another one. The reason I clicked on that is because it's camouflage. I'm spiritual combat. I like camo stuff. But this is the bivy blanket right here. See? See? That's it. It's very small. If have it in your car, if your car breaks down, especially y'all up north and you out in the snow, and it's like 7 feet tall or something. So yeah, man, go check that out. A lot of lighters, man. Look at this. I'm having fun with y'all right now. Look at this. I'm gonna show you what I got. Get this. Look at this. $20. Look at that. Go get them. Look at that. Oh, that's 100 pack. Damn, for $20. Shoot. But look at this, 50 pack of lighters. Man, you need lighters in your car, all over your house, all in your bug out bag, everywhere. You should have lighters on drip. Okay? $13 for 50 lighters, man. And if you watch Pastor Dow's video, and I shared it, where that dude gave that account of him in Kosovo in the 90s, when in the late 90s, when Bosnia and all that happened, and for 1 year society completely fell apart. They said the most valuable thing were these first. Okay? The weapons were guns. Okay? Ammo. Second was lighters and toilet paper and stuff like that. He went through, and man, I'm telling you, man, y'all need to go watch that thing, boy. And I'm telling you, when you hear it, he survived in a city type area, and it was rough, man. And they talk about having kids that were out of order would get you killed out there. Having your house, it's all biblical stuff, though. Everything, having your wife in order. Big mouth, ignorant women don't make it in crisis situations. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Look, man, all of a sudden, I'm an independent black woman. And all that shit go out the window in a situation. A man, just like the book say, suddenly becomes respectable. So I'm telling y'all, man, it's a soft warning. All right, get the waterproof fire starter tool. The waterproof fire starter tool. Uh-oh. Oh, you talking about the fuel rod or whatever it's called? Let me see what they put. Get the waterproof Fire starter. All right, let me check it out. Let me see what you're talking about. Yep, I got one of these. So let me tell you about this. This is how it's a magnesium, and so I have that, and I'm gonna tell you what Gideon told me. All right, so see, and what you do, look at this. See this piece? You just scrape it against this piece, and it creates a shower of sparks. Let me see if it shows it. See? But what you still need kindling. So something real. So the other thing you want is cotton balls with Vaseline on them. And it lights real easy and burns slow. Even in the rain. Okay? And Gideon was adamant about that. And he had it. And especially with that. But it's easier to have a lighter. You see what I'm saying? And Gideon was like, why I want to start a fire with sticks when I could just have a lighter? And he talked about being behind enemy lines and being cold and wet and what it's like. And he's like, you don't want to experience it. So save the lint from your dryers. And that's what we did. But I asked Gideon, and he said the cotton has some type of coating around the fibers that wicks water off it. So even Gideon's big thing was a worst case scenario. Windy, cold, wet. How are you going to light your fire? And look, that's coming from a 20-year ranger who done seen some danger. So that was the thing on that. All right, y'all. Anyway, we're gonna do this again. This was fun. We'll do some more survival preparation talk. I'll show y'all what I got. Y'all can tell me what y'all got, and then we'll get it better. But the big thing, man, I think one of the most important things is edible wild plants. Knowing what's already there that you could eat. You can eat acorns. Yep. You could eat pine straw. I didn't know that. Yep. Koya made a pine tea the other day. So yeah, man. But yeah, man. There's things going on. Like me in particular, I'm just real excited about what Brother Yaquis brought out with the diet and healing, and just the stuff he's brought out with the fruit. He's showing you how you eat like citrus and certain fruits, and they squeeze all the toxins out of the cell. Then you eat the berries, and the berries oxygenate the cell. And then you eat melon, and the melon rejuvenates the cell. And it just brings healing and insane energy. Like this brother, the Most High, has his hand on Brother Yaqui. And I had to really shout out to my Aunt Tony in St. Augustine, who really showed me, look, this brother really got a calling on this. And he showed me the videos and the teachings, and I was like, wow. Like, because I had prayed for some healing with my energy levels. And his brother clearly got the answers. And I was talking to him the other day, and he from the hood. Okay, he from the PJs. Like, he come up, I'm sure the brother could write a book on how he came up because of the place he said he grew up in St. Louis. And the brother got a way of breaking down highly complex scientific stuff, very simple and provable. He ain't talking, there ain't no fluff, no fat. It works. Okay? Damn near immediate results on a lot of stuff the brother bringing out, man. Brother Yaki, man. I'm getting ready to, if you're on, I'm going to share the playlist on Facebook. I'm putting together the playlist that my Ak from St. Augustine sent me. And it's, let me see, what's the title of that? I'm going to tell you the title of it. You can look it up yourself if you want. But I'm going to tell you this. YouTube be trying to make it real hard to find his stuff. But it is powerful. His name is Yaki, and it's hold on. I'll just put it up here and y'all could go find it. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. But man, me and Koya, like Koya, you know, cause Koya, like I said, she down for any diet, you know. So let me put this up here real quick. And then I'm gonna be done. All right, where are you at, brother? Oh my God. All right, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Family.
So this is part 2, but he got 3 parts to it. All right, let me put it. This is it. The root cause to every dis-ease. And he put a dash in there. Part 2. And then he got part 1 to it and all that. And you need to get it, man. You see it right there. Get that and listen to it. And the way he breaks it down, it's like, it ain't like it's BS. And then the powerful part, you can test his boast and go and try it when you see it. You go to the store, get what he says is going to work, and test it. And you'll feel the difference in your energy. And you'll see your body's reaction to it. So, yeah, man. So, I'm just real encouraged about that because I see the Most High working in a multifaceted way to prepare his people for what's coming. Whether it's to warn them about what's coming, to prepare them physically for what's coming, to prepare their life for what's coming. You heard what Pastor Dow was dropping on there. Yo, cupcake ass pastor ain't dropping nothing like that. He's sitting there tiptoeing through the tulips so he could shake that money out your wife's pocket or your mama's pocket. All right? So y'all check, man, use this time wisely. Okay? Anyway, y'all, Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And shalom, shalom.